Welcome to Holistic Human Performance Podcast. My name is Gena Bradshaw, where we talk all things holistic health, wellness, spirituality, fitness, meditation, energetics, and so much more to help you become the healthiest version of yourself. Let's dive in. This is not medical advice. This is simply to help you on your journey through health, fitness, and wellness. I hope this helps. You can complement this with anything that you are doing currently in your life. Enjoy. I can't believe it. It's finally here. Oh, I'm so excited to bring this to you all today. If you're feeling unfulfilled, body pain every single day, not sure where to turn, feeling stuck in your life, really curious about holistic living and spiritual practices, listen further. I have created this beautiful course that is my methodology that I've used into my own life, into clients, students, readers' lives, and it is called Metaphysics Your Health, Find Your Soul's Purpose. Health and purpose are directly correlated. You cannot have one without the other. When you're feeling fulfilled, you become healthier. When you're healthier, you find your soul's mission and purpose. And that is exactly what you're going to learn in this course. You're going to learn about all of the metaphysical approaches to health and wellness, holistic living. You're going to detox your internal world, your external world, and apply all of these amazing integrational tools and practices into your life. This is a foundational approach that you can come back to anytime. Whenever you level up and you need to come back to the basics, you can come back to this course whenever you need. I'm going to have a ton of bonus items, and you'll also get a special add-on to work with me one-on-one. And if this is something that you are intrigued by, I highly recommend, because the price will go up after a couple of months. So if you're listening to this now, go get it while you can. And I'm also going to have guest speakers to talk about astrology, human design, how that applies to our health and our lives. And with that, it is going to be life-changing. So if you're ready for that and you're ready to let the old you go, let your old life go, then this is the course for you. If you are a one-on-one client and a community member, you get automatic access to this course. So welcome to Metaphysics Your Health. I will leave the link in the show notes, or you can find it at www.holistichumanperformance.co/digital courses. Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Holistic Human Performance Podcast. I'm your host, Gena Bradshaw Vitale now. I'm coming to you just with audio today. I am not feeling like getting on video, and you know what? That's okay. So you're not going to be getting a YouTube video today, just the audio. And I'm literally sitting on my couch. I had a lot going on this week, and I really had a topic in mind that I wanted to get out, but I said, you know what? Who cares about doing the video right now? I'll get the audio out because it's an important message. All right, so the topic that, number one, I have been seeing a theme with not only myself, with my clients, students, especially those who have gone through the Metaphysics Your Health, Find Your Soul's Purpose course. I've been getting this a lot. It has to do with the connection of taking care of your health and entrepreneurship. And not even entrepreneurship, you could be working, for somebody and still just letting your health decline because you're so concerned with all of these tasks you need to do with work. And we need to really just recalibrate with the way that we're living in today's society and realize that we need to come back to health. We need to drink some water. We need to take a moment to breathe, because the amount of anxiety I'm seeing, the amount of nervous system dysregulation I'm seeing, the amount of just issues with health because we're not taking the time to care for ourselves. It is imperative to take care of your health. It is your responsibility. It is nobody else's responsibility but yours to cater to your health. So if you haven't drinking any water today, go take a sip. Go take a breath. Like, I think one of my biggest pet peeves is hearing someone say, I don't have time for that. Okay, well then continue to go down the rabbit hole, continue these patterns. And at the end of the day, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when your health does break. And I'm so sorry to tell you that. If you are feeling burnout, if your hair is falling out, if your skin is breaking out, if you have rashes, eczema, psoriasis, if you are lethargic all day, every day, those are warning signs from your body that we need to recalibrate and take a beat, okay? And what this has a lot to do with is your nervous system. So we have all of these extra stimulus coming in. Obviously from our phones, from social media, from TV, from EMF, all of these different stimulus that's coming in on top of our daily tasks of what we have to do, right? Obviously, we need to live. So I'm not saying not to work. I'm saying that we need to find a smarter way to work, a more efficient way to work, where we are more health centered, where we are more mindful, okay? Being mindful and intentional throughout your day is showing God, source, universe that, hey, I actually give a shit about myself. I love myself enough to be able to cater to what my body is telling me. The body has its own secret language, and we need to tune back in to what our body is telling us. Because at the end of the day, if you continue down this rabbit hole, if you continue down this spiral of just ignoring the signs, the warning signs from your body, good luck to you, because life will only get more challenging. And anybody who has lost their health knows that the one thing that they wish they had is their health. The only thing that you can concentrate on is getting your health back. So why not just do these small things to recalibrate, refine, take a moment, take a beat? What's going on? Whether it be waking up 5 minutes earlier just to set the tone, where you're doing like a breathwork meditation for 3 minutes. I mean, who doesn't have time for that? I'm so sorry, but the excuses, come on, let's get it together. And I know that this may sound a little harsh and maybe a little bit triggering, but at the end of the day, listen, I've gone through it where if I've beat cancer twice, and I've realized and taken inventory and just where I'm at in life, I'm like, holy shit, I've been in survival mode for most of my life. And now I'm refining and realizing there are certain triggers, especially in entrepreneurship, where it sets off my nervous system, where I find myself going back into the survival, fight, flight, or freeze state, where it is just not doing me service. And I can't, show up for you guys. I can't show up for my clients, my students, readers, listeners, being in that state. Not to say that you can't get shit done. You can. But when I'm in that state, like the other day, something triggered my nervous system, and I know exactly what it was. My grandfather is in the hospital. He's going through rehab. Miracles are, he's doing much better, and it's a miracle of how far, like, he's alive and doing well. But being in that setting of the hospital and rehab center, it wasn't something that I was consciously aware of. It was in my body, where I was like, wow, I can't even catch a breath right now. My body went into like whatever trauma or stress was stored. It triggered something in me, and I was like, wow, I need to take a moment for myself, because And that's part of why I'm doing audio instead of video today, because it's like it took a toll on my body, and I'm like, all right, I need to like really do some subconscious reprogramming right now, because this goes back to, I mean, when I was first diagnosed with cancer, when I was in the hospital. And so I had to reframe my mind and be like, okay, Gena, you were blessed enough to be in a hospital that, although triggering, took care of you and got you to the point of being healthy again. It was a home for so long for me at such a young age. It was all I knew. And really resetting, recalibrating, reprogramming my subconscious mind to be like, this isn't a bad place. It's uncomfortable, but it is a space where you can get back to health. And, you know, these people did the best that they could. Obviously, do you want to be in a hospital? No. But, you know, letting it set me off to that point of like, I can't even catch my breath, where it was so triggering for me in my body of this nervous system dysregulation. I'm like, okay, time to go back to the drawing board. And ironically enough, as I'm recording this, like the full moon is coming up, which, by the way, I have a ton of full moon meditations in the virtual wellness center that are extremely helpful for subconscious reprogramming and really doing like that shadow work. So I had to do a lot of that. And although, you know, it may seem a little scary, but I'm that type of person. I'm ready to go in. Like, what's the deal here? Let's do this right now, because I don't want to continue on like this. I don't want it to set me off. And when I started doing that reprogramming, game changer, and utilizing body-based tools, which you guys know, if you're a one-on-one client, you know I do a ton of, and I have a ton in my courses and the virtual wellness center, where you can pick and choose what you feel like you need. And it really helped me recalibrate my nervous system so it wasn't in a dysregulated state where I literally couldn't do anything. I was like sitting there and I was like, how can I help myself right now? And listen, we have these moments, and being an entrepreneur is sitting here being like, okay, well, I also need to make money, and reframing that it's like not a need, it's going to happen, but I need to show up for myself so that I can show up for other people. And so reframing the mindset and being mindful and being intentional throughout the day, instead of saying, I don't have time to deal with this, you need to really make space and make time for that, because if you don't, it's going to come back like in your face 10 times bigger than what you were first dealing with. So I implore you to take a note, take a beat, refresh, reframe. I have a whole meridian meditation series that's specifically in the Metaphysics Your Health course that helps with, so it's somatic movement, breath work, and meditation together to help you really move through the subconscious reprogramming, regulate your nervous system, and get you back to really just a state of creating more space in your body for calling in new things and being okay with where you're at. You know, like, life is bumpy. It's a bumpy ride. It's not linear. It's up, down. It swirls left and right. It's spiralic. It's not a linear ride. So, you know, there's always ebbs and flows. And when it comes to entrepreneurship specifically, knowing that it's not easy. It's not easy, but it can be more of a pleasant ride when we become more vulnerable, when we show up with an open heart, an open mind, and we kind of just surrender to what our body is trying to show us. It always will show us the signs and symbols. It has its own secret language. So I literally had to go back to what happened to me at 3.5 years old, going through a near-death experience, dealing and going through leukemia, okay? And having to face something that I just ignored for a really long time. And really, it's just like a deeper layer of what I needed to go through. So really just take inventory, You're not a bad person for being in a state of, feeling stuck or feeling confused. That's actually a really good sign, because that's showing you that it's ready to be released and we're ready to move on to get to the next level. And just having so much grace with yourself. And that's something that I will say I do struggle with. It's having grace with myself and being vulnerable, not being in that strong women syndrome type, personality and mindset. It takes time, it takes patience, it takes cojones to really show up for yourself, and also let the people know, like, hey, this is what I've been dealing with, like, because other people are dealing with this too. And I know for people that are listening, like, you want to become a better version of yourself and you're ready to make those moves and do the damn thing. So, taking inventory of some holistic health tools, some spiritual wellness practices, and just bringing it into your life, being mindful and being intentional. Okay, show up for yourself, because you never know who might need whatever it is you have to share, right? And, maybe you have to take a beat and you just got to take a breath, and you need to take, like, a couple weeks where you're just kind of going inward, going into your cave, and, that's okay. It's okay. And as we change seasons, so right now I'm filming in autumn, and we're going into more of that hibernation season. So a lot of things are going to be coming up right now. And just knowing that you have the tools available to you to work through and become a better version of yourself. And it may take overnight. It may take a couple of weeks. It may take a month. It may take a couple of years, but just being honest with yourself, showing up, being vulnerable, holding space for yourself, because I'm going to, keeping it real, no one's going to do it for you. You have to do it for yourself. And I also see a lot of entrepreneurs who are struggling with weight gain, are struggling with their health, and we got to go back to the basics and go back to the foundation. Like, keep it simple, stupid. We don't need to add on all of these things. A lot of the times when I'm working with clients and students, it's actually lessening the load, because the more we overwhelm ourselves, the more our system goes on overdrive. Our nervous system goes haywire. And that is not a place where we can manifest from that, but it's not a place of really setting us up for success. If anything, it's teaching us lessons. Cool. We may need to learn that lesson, but why keep doing the same loop over and over and over again? Because how it shows up in different people. It shows up in different situations and relationships, and feeling like, wow, lack and scarcity, and I'm not making the money to get me to this next level, and how am I going to get there? We don't need to know the how. We need to know the why and the what. So regroup and go back to your why and your what, and really cater to your health and to your body, and listen to what it is showing you and saying to you. Everything is energy. So anything that is chronic, anxiety, depression, headaches, migraines, back pain, neck pain, all of these things that are chronic, there is an energetic attachment to it that have limiting beliefs and blocks, an origin story that is attached to it. And that is what we need to get down to. That is the nitty gritty. And that is what I'm here to help you with. So if you are ready to take that full leap, go deep in and really get to that next level. If you're really ready to go all in, I'm here for you, whether it be one-on-one coaching, whether it be my courses, the virtual wellness center, I'm here for you. Let's do this together, because when we do it in a community-based approach, it is so much. You're not alone. You're not alone. I'm not alone. You're not alone. And being able to do it in that community space is just so helpful. So I hope this helps. If you need any extra resources, I'll put all the show notes below. I have the free Unblock and Awaken masterclass to help you get started. Other than that, all the courses, programs you can find, and coaching you can find at holistichumanperformance.co. I'll put that in the show notes, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.